Good evening. I'm from the Gifted Soul Tarot. I'm going to be reading tonight for Pisces from the 19th of Feb to March the 20th. I think that's your dates. In fact, that is your dates. And this reading is for the period 30 March to the 5th of April. So I'm going to do a general reading and I'm going to cover the spheres of life. So all facets of, where you are in your life. Whether that be love, money, family, health, hopes, fears, and the likes. I have shuffled the cards, but I'm going to give them a once over. Let's see what comes out. What we have for Pisces. Let's see what's pertinent to Pisces. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see what we can pick up from Pisces. I'm looking for 7 cards. I'll be doing 2 spreads this evening. What cards will come up for Pisces? All the Pisces souls. Way too much. This card's a bit oversized. But there's no problem in seeing them. Looking for cards for Pisces for the sphere of life reading. Thank you. Pardon. Ah, look at that. Caught that one. Right, I'm looking for one more card. I've got it. Thank you. Okay. So this is going to be a general reading. It's going to be an abridged version, so it's a general reading and it's a short abridged version. And we've got the overall energy is for the King of Wands, the fire energy. That's your overall energy. And let's see what we can see. And I think we're going to kickstart with matters of the heart. So I'm going to do a love reading. Okay, so first up front, we've got the Tower card. Let's see. Well, we've got 2 major arcana cards here. That's the Tower card. And it's just foretells of love, of your love life. It looks as though you're going, there's a bit of turmoil at the moment. Now, you'll know what the turmoil is. It's a catastrophic event. It's something that has to happen. It's a necessity. And you can't withhold it. Okay? So, there's going to be I don't want to say a devastating moment, but a catastrophic situation that you're going to be facing. Now then, this could be for couples. This could be for, your partner if you're married. So for the married folk, it could be for boyfriend and girlfriend. It could be for friends. you know, wherever you are in your relationship with your significant other. This will, you know, this has bearing on what you're going to come across. Now, I don't know whether this is just, this is to do with, look, there's a lot of sexuality in this card, okay? That's plain to see. And you can see, here's the Tower, you can see the upheaval being created here. Well, these two people have been thrown out the Tower by a lightning strike, a force. It had to happen. And the thing is, you've got to ask yourself, why is this happening? Are you going through complications at the moment? Is it something you can't resolve? Is this something to do with the third party? Do you have an idea that your significant other is not as loving as they've been in the relationship? Or can you pick up any other factors of why you should have this Tower moment? Okay, you need to watch out for that. But as I said, this is a shortened version of the reading, but we will clarify that as we go on. Now then, on the work front, we've got the Knight of Wands, and the overall energy is the King of Wands. So there you have that. You have that fire energy. Okay. So on the work front, I think you've been very constructive, very busy. You've been doing what you have to do, and you've been doing it. You've been going about your business, you know, as you ought to be. You've been attending to project deadlines. You've been doing those urgent work, whether it's construction, whether it's whether you got a partnership, you're a businessman and you're in a small business, you're an entrepreneur, or perhaps you're working for an employer, and you're an employee. But whatever is happening at the minute on the work front, you're handling your lot. Okay, you're forthright and you're upfront, and you do what you need to be doing. Okay. So I don't foresee anything, you know, objective on the work front. Now then, we're going to look at the money side of things. And I've got the Eight of Swords here. This is air. This is air energy, and it seems that this person, it could be a feminine or masculine, they're feeling very bound by. They're feeling very isolated. They're feeling almost as if they're trapped, and they can't get out of a situation. And now, somehow, this has got to do with money. You know, it could be one of the facets. It could be a work issue. As I say, it could be a partnership that you've got, and you're feeling a bit trapped and a bit lost at the moment, and you're wondering, you know, is this fruitful? Is this partnership fruitful? Or it could be those of you that are employed. You could be going through a tough time at the moment, and you're thinking, is it worth it all? Are they paying me, you know, what I'm worth? You know, I'm doing all this. I'm meeting the deadlines. I'm in this by myself, and you're feeling a bit trapped. And you think that, you know what, instead of leaving what you got, instead of moving on, instead of, you know, dissolving your business partnership, or you know, instead of moving on work-wise, you're sticking it out because, and I can see why you're sticking it out, because you've got commitments, and you're feeling a bit trapped at the moment. You don't know whether you should go left, right. You're actually not sure where to go. I think there's a block here somehow. But this is not a card of bondage, okay? Because it's a situation you're in, but you can easily get out of it, okay? But I think you're more worried about the fear of being, you know, trapped than actually being trapped. So that's on the work front. On the money side of things, sorry. Regarding your family, got the Page of Pentacle energy. So it's a very light-hearted energy, and you know, I think you've been blessed with you know, a good relationship and good family life, and you know, there's not too much bother there. And you've been given a gift, and it's an opportunity. Now then, I don't know if some of you are tying the knot and you thinking of getting married, or some of you are engaged and you're thinking, will I have enough money? Will it be beneficial if I get married on, say, 2 months from now? And you're looking at that long and hard. You've been offered, there's an opportunity coming your way. And it's definitely, for your family, whether it's your blood family or your close-knit family, like your significant other. And it's to do with money. So money is going to come, okay? Whether you get notification by email or whether you get a call, there's a message coming in, and it's going to be an offer, and it's going to be more of an opportunity for you and your family. On the health side, I see your health is taking a bit of a turn. We've got the Four of Swords here. Some of you, I think you burning out at this time. You feel burnt out. I think you excessively worried, and that's causing conflict with your health. You're not of sober mind at the moment. You need to retreat. You need to pull back. You need to get some rest. And this is the message here. If you don't get rest, if you don't withdraw, if you don't get away from the hustle and the bustle, if you don't take time out for yourself, if you don't meditate and go, within yourself, you're going to have complications in terms of your health. Because I see you're tired. You're exceptionally tired. And you're thinking a lot. That mind of yours is not switched off. It keeps on ticking. You're thinking of various different things. And that can affect your health. Your hopes. We've got the Hangman here. And I think you've seen the light somehow. From some certain aspect. Whether it's you taking time out and meditating, or just taking a break from work. You extended. You're upside down, and this chap's seen the light. The light's actually come on for him because he's taken time out, and because he's reflecting, and he's thinking about where he is in his life, where he wants to go, where he's come from, and I think that's always a good thing. And also, if you don't put yourself, if you don't go within, you're not going to know how other folk are feeling. Or it could be your partner, it could be your wife, it could be your husband. Sometimes it's a good idea to, retract and get your faculties together, and be of sober mind, and start thinking about those little things. Start, giving back. Start giving thanks, and see what your blessings are more than your complications. So I think you really are being enlightened. And if you're not there, you're going to be there. Because that's definitely an enlightenment. Your fears. It's the Hermit card. It's time out. You need to take time out to rest. Because if you don't, like I said, you're going to burn out. And this is the warning. And I think you've got a fear of burnout. You've got a fear of not being able to cope, not being able to be that provider. Not being able to be there for your spouse, not being able to be there for your significant other. And that's a card of warning. And also you will obtain wisdom by going within, You start seeing things from a different perspective. So I'm going to clarify these cards, and I'm going to use the Mona Lisa deck. Let's see what comes out. Let's see what clarity we get. This one will take. That one will take. Let's see what we've got here for Pisces. see what else we've got for Pisces. These are very unique cards. I haven't seen very many of them. The imagery is beautiful, and the message are the messages are very unique. Another 3 cards. It's better. Thank you. Got what I need. And then some. And I'll pick that up. Your overall energy is the 7 of chalices. Excuse me. This one is a bonus. The bonus clarity card. Right now, on the love front, I said we've picked up the Tower. We know that there's going to be something that needs attending to. So you'll know what that is. Perhaps some of you will know already what it is. You're going through that bit at the minute. But you know, some of you are, you know, you possibly don't have any idea of what lays ahead. So it's definitely going to be a time moment, and you know that's not always a bad thing. You know, this is a breakdown and a build up. You've also got the reunion card here, so that's exactly right. So you'll have a bit of a time moment and then a reunion, which I think is lovely, because you know I think we need that. Sometimes we need that. We need to clear the air. We need to, you know, resolve our differences, and then we can move on with a clean slate. On the work front, you're doing your bit. You've got the Knight of Wands, fire energy. You're moving ahead. You're doing your bit. You're working consistently and effectively. You're finishing your projects, and some of you are doing it under quite hectic circumstances where you've got no help. And I know you want to get ahead in your work. You know, we always do, don't we? We want to make a good go of it, and pardon me, that's our bread and butter. So I can understand why you see that as a bother. You know, you're moving right in and you're getting done what needs to be done, and you're taking action, and you know you've got a plan. You're working on a plan. But just remember, this is paired off with the Chariot, and in this deck, it's the meanings are very different, as I said. So before you can fly, make sure you know how to land. So that's a caution. So carry on doing what you're doing. You know, don't get ahead of yourself. On the money front, you've got a situation where you betwixt in between. You don't know whether you should stay or whether you should go. You don't know. You know, you feel in bondage. Though you're not in bondage, you're far from it. But I think that's more of the fear of being in bondage than, like I say, the actual bondage. And miracles do happen. Okay? This is the 10 of Pentacles. You know, miracles do happen. There you see him. He's investing in this tree, and you know that saying that money doesn't grow on trees. Miracles do happen. So, yeah, you know, get out of your head space where you're overthinking. You know, and put that behind you and start, you know, living in the moment. Take it one day at a time. On the family front, got the Page of Pentacles. As I said, this is it's a free-flowing energy. It's a good energy. It's an opportunity is coming in. You will hear about it. It's near home. So, you know, and there's opportunity for more money. You know, and for, you know, to better your family life, to move to that new address that you were thinking about, to buy that new car that you possibly need, and, you know, the likes. And I've got that upside down, and this is the 8 of Swords. So yeah, there's going to be There's going to be some rearrangement. There's going to be a bit of dispute. But you'll get through it. You know, you're going to get through it with a dispute before you make your mind up and before you grab a hold of that opportunity that the universe is giving you. And you're going to go through a transformation, a change. On the health front, I told you take heed. You're going to be burnt out very shortly. You're not looking straight. You haven't got your faculties together. And I'm not surprised because you've been overworking. So you're looking through a glass darkly. You can see how there's a tinted window pane. You're not seeing through things as you ought to. But if you take time out and reflect and go within, you'll be able to look at things a lot more clearer. It's like that hangman. You need to be upside downside before you see the light. And that's paired off with the Nine of Swords. So, you know, there's a message here telling you to don't talk about the change, be the change. So I think you need to definitely take time out and reflect. Your hopes, you want to see the light, and you've seen the light. Okay? You want to get things into perspective. You want to be there for your partner. You want to make a good go of it. You want to be happy at work. You don't want to be in a mindset where you feel trapped. So I think this is a good card. This is your hopes. You want something, you want a clear path. You don't want all the, you know, all the fuss and the, you know, the this and the that in between. And that's paired off with the Queen of Swords. And she's taking action. Okay? She's speaking her truth. So she's taking her action. And you're going to also take action. You're going to think about things that you wouldn't have thought about before. And then on your first side, again, you've got the Hermit card. It's time to go within. It's time to get your wisdom back. It's time to get your faculties in order. It's time to start thinking right. And you can only do that if you either seek advice from a counsellor, or you want to meditate and you call upon your spirit guides and ask them to help you, or your deity. I don't know who that may, whoever that is, if that's God or whoever you serve, whoever is your higher power. But you need to be calling out and asking for help. And that's paired off with the Emperor, where there's gratitude here in this card in the Mona Lisa deck. There's gratitude, gratitude's been shown. So I think it's necessary for you to. There's more than one card I've pulled, where you need to go with them, and it's the Hermit. This is the Four of Swords, and we've got the Eight of Swords as well. So there's a bit for you to consider. You need to start, putting things into perspective. And overall, we've got the Justice card. And I think in this setting, it's know what you're fighting for. Now, is it worth it? Is it worth the trouble? Is it worth the bother? Or do you have a real problem? Do you really have a dispute? Pardon me. So it's something and if you do, you need to voice your opinion. Now then, I'm going to be doing a portrait reading. And this is a unique reading. It's also an abridged version, so it's not in depth, but we touch on you, we touch on the lesson that you're going to learn, and we see what the surrounding parts are. We build the frame and see what you need to work on. See what your hopes and fears have been. See what inhibits you, and see what balances you. See what's most likely to happen in your circumstances. So we're crowning it with the 5 of Wands. Let's move this down. In fact, we'll move this across. That card wanted to come out. Let's see what's up for, pardon me, for Pisces. See if we can get more perspective. That's a good card. Got a lot here. Oh. Just bear with me. I'll pick this one up. Got a bit of dropsy there, and what did we lose? Oh, we got 2. We've got a situation where everything's falling down. Right. Move this slightly over so we can get a bit of space. Okay, we're rebuilding the frame and we're looking for one more card. Let's find out one more card. This is very interesting. A lot of energy. That's happened with, golly gosh, that's happened with birth decks. Sorry, I won't be a minute. Sorry after all that. And the overall energy for this portrait reading is the Page of Swords. Sorry. Sorry. I think everything's dropped down. Had a bit of a situation. Right then. So the overall energy, we've got the Page of Swords. And that's a good energy. It's a light energy. It's a light-hearted energy. Free moral agent energy. No incumbents. No one holding you back. So you're moving forward. You're getting on with it. As I said to you, in the work aspect, you're just getting on with it. Right, so now what I can see for you in the, this is the portrait. Okay, so this is the lesson to be learned. Okay, from your situation you're going to learn. This is the lesson to be learned, and this is the Knight of Cups energy. This is a good. It's emotional energy. It's very stable. There's nothing untoward about this energy. You're going about your business. You're doing what you need to be doing. But I think the message is you need to start slowing down. You've got to slow down. You're going to learn this message. As with your meditation and as with your going within and, seeking that wisdom and, retracting and, focusing on your life, and that's the lesson you have to learn. So I think that's very apt. And then, we've got you on the top left what you wanted. Now, I don't think you wanted the fighting, okay, because this is the Five of Wands. So whilst I understand no one looks for that, but I think, there's going to be a difference of opinion. There's going to be a dispute of sorts, and you're going to need to sort that out, okay? So I think the message here is there's something that you need to be sorting out, and I think this is weighing heavily on you, and I tend to feel that it's from the business sphere, the business aspect of your life. I don't know if you're happy in your job, but it's definitely a bother. There's something that you need to fix. There's something that's amiss. There's some dispute and misunderstanding of sorts. And I don't know whether that's with work colleagues, whether that's with if you've got an entrepreneurship and you've got partners in this matter. There's going to be a difference of opinion. And it's something that needs to be resolved, and it will be resolved, irrespective. We've got the Star card. Now, what weighs heavy on your mind? I think, by looking at this card, it's a card of hope, okay? It's also a card of illumination as well, because, it's a light-hearted energy, it's a fun card. It's, you're in tune with your mind, your body, and your spirit. And if you have a look at, she's pouring water out. She's pouring water from the receptacles into the pond. And if you have a look on the left hand side of this card on your right, you'll see the streams. That's your five senses. That's the five senses of man. And the message here as well is to just be careful that you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to put all the water in the one receptacle. So you need to be careful. You need to be mindful of that. And that weighs heavy on your mind as well. And I think a lot of this is to do with your overall spirit. I think you overworked. You need time out. You need time to just get away from it all. And if you get that opportunity to go away, to retreat, take it, do it. Because I think you need to be doing that. What you expect? It's the Magician card. So, the world's your oyster. You've got all the tools to manifest what you want. There's the infinity symbol you've got. Whether it's a business arrangement, go out there and put your best foot forward and speak, and you're gonna be fine. Okay, you've got all the resources. For some of you, you may need to upgrade your skills. Okay, because I see there's a lot of or if you're not upgrading your skills, you're going to be teaching other people. You're going to be passing your skills down to some of your subordinate staff. Okay, so I also see there's going to be for those of you, there's an entrepreneurship you're involved in. For others, it's a work situation where there's a possible promotion. You're going to manage you're going to take control of quite a large staff complement where you're going to have to be training. You're either going to be facilitating training or you're going to be on-the-job training. But there's definitely movement here. And you're the master manifester. You need to put into play. You need to give out to the universe what you want and what you desire. So put it out there and believe. Because you've got everything. There's nothing that should hinder you here. Besides the fact that you need to, retreat and go within yourself. But apart from that, you've got no problem. Now we've got the Two of Cups. What inhibits your progress? Okay. So what's stopping you from getting the job done? Okay. Is there anything stopping you? This is the Two of Cups. It's a good it's a sacred union card. Okay. And so I think your vibe and your overall spirit is a good one. You get on with people. You're well liked. You're well liked. You're liked by your colleagues. You're liked by those folk that your clients that you're doing business for. Some of you that have got that business arrangement. You're doing a good job, and I think you handsomely paid for what you do. It looks as if, you've got that respect. There is that form of respect. And it looks as if it's an even keel, a relationship with your clients or your work colleagues or your boss. It could be, you could be very close to someone at work, in the workplace. And that shows you as well, it's a card of unity. It's a beautiful card. Now, what balances you? That's definitely what balances you. Okay? It's the Four of Wands. Okay? That's a beautiful, happy ever after. That's it speaks of an engagement, of a marriage. It could be a union. It could be new property. You could be wanting to change addresses or wanting to relocate, or you could be wanting to tie the knot. And you could be wanting to get engaged, or giving that commitment to the person you're with. And ultimately, I think that's what everyone desires. That's what's going to balance you, because I think you feel the need to, pair yourself off with someone that can contribute to your life and make an overall impact. And why not? If you're compatible with this person, it looks as if you definitely are with the Two of Cups. You've got a sacred union. Why not go for it? It's a happy card. It's a good retirement for those of you that are on retirement stage. And it's a good card for those of you that are involved in a love relationship, on a personal note, or a marriage or a partnership. Things are good. What motivates you? You've got the Seven of Wands here. You look as if you don't have any problem with standing up for what you believe in. Okay? You've got no problem to exercise your vocal cords, so to speak. And that's exactly what you're doing. But I don't know why you're doing that. Is there a reason why you are paying attention to crisis management, or you really are quite, how can I say, it's a big to-do for you. You feel the need to, lay down the rules, lay down, the law of the land. And I don't know why, but it looks as if you're doing it in a forceful manner. I'm not sure. I don't know why. There's this sort of energy. Are you the witch in a relationship, perhaps? Or has your partner been in the wedge of a relationship? Has she been, is she still attached, or are you still attached? Okay, I think you need to resolve that, if that be the case. And that may not be the case in your instance. Maybe it's something to do on the work front. It's a dispute, like the dispute we had here, and it has to be resolved. But you're looking at you're doing it through crisis management, and that's a harsh energy. You don't need to be doing it in that manner. You don't have to. You can stand your ground, but not to such an extent. And I just think you need to get away. I think there's a lot going on in your circle, a lot going on in your life, a lot going on the business front and the money front, and I think you just need to retreat. You need to get away. So what will most likely happen? You've got the it's the Nine of Cups. So your wishes are being fulfilled. You've pretty much got everything. You just be careful of an inflated ego here. So when you get that new job, when you get that promotion, when you get that staff compliment that we were speaking about, when you get those clients, all those clients that are going to come to you, those business people, the businessmen or the businesswoman, don't inflate yourself. Don't forget, where you came from, and don't forget where you're going. And you need to take stock of that, because there's a certain amount of and this could also be an indulgence of sorts. Maybe you've got an indulgence. Maybe it's you